Most champions rely on the basic 5-hit combo medium, light, 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 medium. Now, with Nick Fury, you want to end on a light attack because he applies a very high potency bleed with that light attack at the end of his combo. So most of the time you'll use a medium, light, 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 light to end the combo. Now, I want to argue that sometimes it might be better to do a light, 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 and just end with a 4-hit combo fully with light attacks. After doing 5-hit combos twice, we end up pushing him well over 1 bar of power. And then the third round with the 5-hit combo gets him to a special 2. Now, for some champions, you don't want to push them to a special 2. So let's take a look with just light attacks, what we end up doing. After 2 full rounds with just light attacks, we're still under a bar of power. Now, obviously, sometimes after heavy attacks or evading special attacks, you will have to dash back in with the medium to counter it. But when you are able, in certain situations, using a 4-hit combo with just light attacks will still get you great damage and decrease the amount of power that the opponent gains, which will help control the match in some situations. Now, one of the main benefits is if you don't want them to get a special 2, sometimes you have to dance around and try to bait out the special, and certain champions can be very problematic. One of the advantages to actually doing a full 5-hit combo, however, is it gives them more power, and if they have a very easy to evade special 1 and they're an aggressive champion or opponent, then you can get into a cycle where you're very quickly baiting out special attacks and not having to deal with intercepting or parrying as frequently. So that is one advantage to using the full 5-hit combo. But then if you get them over a bar of power and they start to play passive, you might want to switch to 4-hit combos with just your light attacks to help decrease the rate that they get to their special 2. Some opponents' heavy attack and special attack animations will allow you to counter it with a light attack, which can give you that 4-hit combo if you want to decrease the power that the opponent gains. And in this clip, we're going to look at primarily using just 4-hit combos. Now, one of the downsides is you will notice we do have to parry a little bit more frequently, but one of the nice things about Nick Fury is if you get enough tactical charges over 15, you will go fully unblockable. This means you don't have to parry as much or intercept as much to get your ins, and you can rely more on your just light hit combos. So in this clip, I was limiting my attacks to just the 4-hit combos for the build-up as well, but in some situations you might, for longer fights, want to do the full 5-hit combos until you do ramp up to unblockable. And once you're unblockable, you can go into this rapid cycle, and even just hitting him in the corner, if you stay aggressive, you can bait out special attacks and then just repeat another combo if he doesn't have enough power for another special attack and if he doesn't attack into your block. So you don't have to worry about intercepting or parrying as much. You can just use the unblockability and maintain an aggressive play style until you have to bait out special attacks. Now, one of the questions I had was, will I lose out on damage or maybe even gain damage, because Nick Fury relies a lot on his bleed for his damage source? So I wanted to do a comparison, and I did several comparisons against Winter Soldier and against that Red Hulk, and I wanted to figure out, would I have less or more damage if I ran with just the light attacks or if I did just the 5-hit combos? So on the top of the screen, we have using the full 5-hit combo, so medium, light, 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 light to finish the combo. And on the bottom, we have just light attacks. So we start with a light and do 4 lights to end it off. Now, I did have mixed results with this. I ran it multiple times, and I actually got sometimes with the light attacks being faster and sometimes with the light attacks being slower. However, the difference between the two was very minimal, a matter of a few seconds. And that tells me that perhaps the difference in speed is more related to the AI of the defender and how easily you can get your attacks and bait out special attacks, and less on whether or not you're using that medium attack in your combo. Now, the overall hit count was less for the bottom screen where we're just doing light attacks, which makes sense because you're getting more bleeds, which is going to deal more damage with less hits. But overall, there wasn't much significant difference. So my takeaway from this is the damage is going to be the same overall in most situations, unless you have a node that increases bleed damage. But the benefit to using the light, 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 light combo and avoiding that first medium is more going to matter in the context of the opponent's power gain. And overall, giving the opponent less power with your 4 light hit combos is very effective to avoid the special attacks that that you don't want to have to deal with. Even if it's just that you're getting close to pushing them to 3 bars of power, when you get close to 2 bars and you want to keep doing your attacks because they're playing defensive, just throw your 4 light hit combos, get that bleed off, which is a majority of your damage, and then go back to trying to bait out special attacks. Now, this testing was done with max deep wounds, so if you do not run deep wounds, then you probably aren't going to want to do this regardless, unless you really want to save on the power that the opponent gets. So let me know what your thoughts are. There's a lot more to Nick Fury, which will warrant its own video at some point in the future, but I hope this was a helpful, at least interesting video. Good luck, and I hope to see you in the next video.